How you doing, Facebook Live? It has been a minute since I've jumped on here and talked with you all. Let's see. I'm trying a new software, so we're going to see how well this works. As you are tuning in, I'm going to check it on my phone and make sure it's showing up. Hey, look, there we are. As you're tuning in, I would love to know, number one, where you are tuning in from. Number two, I would love to know, let's say, 3 things you're grateful for in the world today. Now, this is a brand new software, so I'm going to find out if I can see your comments on my end. If you wouldn't mind, can someone just say hi in the comment section? I'm trying to see if it pops up on my end over here. So far, I'm not seeing anything, but let me just log on my phone and see if it's popping up there. So I'm seeing the thumbs up. Jeremy, hi. Well, that's cool. Good morning. Nice to see you, Melissa. Jeremy, hi. Nice to see you. It does work on mine. This is very cool. Very, very cool. Well, what I would love to know, number one, greetings from Germany. Hello from Asheville. Hey, friends, how are you? I found a new platform. I'm going to have a lot of fun on this for Facebook Lives. So I'd love to know, number one, where you're tuning in from. I see Germany, Asheville. Where else are you all from? Number two, I would love to know 3 things you're grateful for in the world right now. Claus, thank you. Big fan of your dad, been to UPW, going to Date with Destiny this weekend. Very cool. Very, very cool. I hope you crush it at Date with Destiny. It's one of the best events Dad does. Hey, nice to see you as well. Welcome back. What I'd love to know, what's going on in your world right now? I have about 15 minutes to chat here. I just wanted to check in. I've been working this last year with a lot of business owners from all over the world, helping them navigate the chaos that's happening right now. And so we spent this year figuring out, how do we protect the business that we have? How do we pivot and adjust to current chaotic circumstances? And then how do we just went through a one-day event a few weekends ago, and how do we profit in a time right now? And what was interesting is during the discussion I had with one of our mastermind groups this morning, we were talking about, is it business as usual right now? Or is it something that we need to take time and slow down and talk to what's going on in the world? And the truth is, if we've been able to really, truly protect the business we have, and if you haven't seen me chat about this before, let me grab our deck and I'll show you. In protecting the business you have, there's 3 pieces that are mission critical. Let me see if this will pop up real quick on the screen. I'm going to click share screen. Tell me if you see this. Do you see that up on your screen now? Hopefully you do. Should say Small Business Owner Survival Guide. Y'all get that? Well, I'm not sure. Hopefully that's up on the screen. Let me know if it is. If we scroll through this a little, those are important. We can come back to that. If we look at just, okay, cool. If we look at, first, where's my pencil? If we look at number 1, how do we survive this chaos? And that's number 1. If we don't survive the chaos, there's nothing left. So we're out of business. We're gone. We lost our ability to generate revenue, to take care of our community, our team, and our family. And so, number 1, you have to survive. And then number 2, you got to thrive. And this is number 2. How do we thrive? So I'll do a real quick overview so you could see both. Number one, to survive, the first thing we need to do is protect the business we have. There's three things you got to protect. Number one, you got to protect your cash. Number two, you got to protect your core clients. And number three, you got to protect your team. If you protect those three things, you can stay in business. And what I mean by cash is if you don't have enough cash to pay your bills and keep your business alive, your business will be out of business. So you need to have cash. Cash is oxygen in your business. It's how you pay the bills, how you keep your business alive, how you keep things moving in a positive direction. Core clients, these are the people that depend on you and you depend on them. They depend on your service. They depend on let's say you create a pain relieving ointment for elbows and knees. It's someone who has painful elbows and knees that depends on your ointment to take their pain away every week. And if you no longer sell your stuff, they're going to be in a lot of pain and they don't want to be in pain. So they're core clients. They depend on your service or product. And your business depends on them. If they stop regularly buying from you, you go out of business. So you got to protect those core clients and give them more of what they need, want, and desire than you've ever given before. And number three, your team. These are the people who show up and work with you and for you and alongside you. You got to figure out, how do you care for them in times like this? Second part down here, we got to figure out, how do we pivot? How do we find out the least profitable thing we do? That's a minus sign in profit. And how do we then pivot and focus on the things that are the most profitable things we do? How do we find the things that take and drain the most amount of time and energy from us? And how do we refocus on things that produce the most results for the least amount of time? How do we eliminate the things that cause the biggest headache in our business and replace it with something that brings the most joy in our business? And as you do this, it's amazing what happens in a pivot. So that's pivot. Third is profit. With profit, there's three pieces to a profit. Number one, you need to be very specific in your niche, who you help and who you don't. Number two, you need to build some powerful partnerships. That a partnership that's powerful has reach, has relationship, and has, a world-class product or service. Those three things, when put together in a powerful partnership, you get unbelievable results. And number three, you need a powerful pitch. If you need help with any of these three things, shoot me a direct message. We have a recording of about 6 hours of me doing a deep dive training on each one of these three topics. We did a whole day-long training on how to protect your business. It was a great day at the beginning of this year. We did a whole day training on how to pivot your business, and we did a whole day training on how to profit right now in this current economic time. So if those three things are of interest, just let me know, and we'll figure out how to get you access to the recordings of those days so you can do a deep dive on that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is something I was talking about today. If you were to think of whatever part of your business that needs the most focus, whatever part of your business that needs the most focus, this is so important. This is something I was talking about with a client earlier today. If we think about right now, at this very moment, and we think about 10 years in the future, a decade, 10 years in the future, what's one thing you could start doing that if you did it over and over and over again for the next, let's say, 10 years, like every day you did this thing for 10 years, it wouldn't look like a lot's happening in the beginning, but over time, your results would start to go like this. And I went, ooh, what's one thing? Just one thing. What's one thing you could do every single day for the next 10 years that would get your business results to go like that over time? The same one thing that if you didn't do it for the next 10 years, your business results might land up looking a little like this. Let me find an orange. You might try something, stop it, try something, stop it, try something, stop it, try something, stop it. You can look like that if you just keep trying random things. Or what's one thing the opposite? What one thing if you keep doing, a negative thing, might take your results like this over the next 10 years? Now, if we look at that, all we're looking is for one thing. What's one thing you could commit to doing in your business that would get you up here 10 years from now? So one thing you need to start doing or keep doing that would get you there. And what's one thing you need to stop doing or it's going to land you up right here? Now, what's interesting, if you scroll in and look, let's just say this is like right now, the person who starts doing this one thing up here, the person on the red line is going to call the green line stupid. You're wasting your energy. It's never going to go anywhere. Why even try? I mean, look, your results don't look any better than my results. What's the point? You're going to hear a lot of this stuff. And then what you're going to hear later on when you're here is this person is going to be looking up there going, wow, you're so dang lucky. My goodness, I could draw lucky better than that. My goodness, you got so dang lucky all these years that you landed up all the way up there. So lucky. What's the one thing that would make you ridiculously lucky 10 years from now because you'd be achieving results like this? That one thing. Jeremy says podcasting. Could be. For you, what's the one thing you could do that if you kept doing over the next 10 years, my goodness, is going to put you in a much better position? I'll show you one thing I've been working on with people. I've been working on this concept right here. And this is interesting to me. It caught my attention. This is from Barrett Values. It's a course I took. I looked at this and I went, this is fascinating. Building stability. Number one, how do you ensure financial stability, profit, safety, and health? That's kind of the foundation. Number two, building relationships, customer satisfaction, connection, respect, listening, open communication. That makes sense. Once that's built, number three, achieving excellence, high quality, results orientation, competence, self-esteem, productivity, efficiency. Once that's figured out, now here becomes the evolution. This is a huge, huge moment because this first part of the journey down here is all about you. All about you. And if you wanted to put some language around this, this is, I have enough. I have enough. I have financial stability. I have some profit. I have safety. I have health. This is, I'm loved enough, meaning I've built relationships with people. I have connection and respect and communication, and I'm loved enough. I'm cared for. And then you finally get up to this one, number three. This is I am enough. I am enough as a human being. I've achieved excellence. I've delivered quality results. I'm confident. I have self-esteem. I'm productive. I'm efficient in what I do. The fun part is as you figure those three out, like I said, a major transition happens right here at 4, this is where all of a sudden, right here, it goes from you, all about you, and this could be from me to we, from you to us. This is where this platform down here is all about you. This up here is all about service beyond you. This is a really important transition for all of us to make at some point. If you're struggling with COVID stuff, fear, anxiety, frustration, uncertainty, 9 times out of 10, it's because one of these 3 buckets isn't filled. You either feel, I don't have enough to survive this, I'm not loved enough by my community, or I don't feel self-love enough, or I'm not enough if I can't be doing my thing that COVID prevents me from doing. If you take time every day to refill those 3 buckets, you'll stop feeling fearful. You'll stop feeling uncertain. You'll stop feeling so scared or freaked out about this. And you'll courageously evolve, which is the evolution of number 4. Accountability, transformation, innovation, continuous learning, autonomy, empowerment, agility. You'll start looking for ways to serve something more than yourself. You'll realize there's hungry people in your city, and you'll find a way to help pitch in and help feed them. You'll realize there's people struggling around you, and you'll find a way to soothe them or care for them or support them. It's really amazing when you help people fill up those 3 initial foundational buckets here, how powerful they become as a community member wanting to serve something far beyond themselves. And so one thing we look at purely in a business setting, how do we help people do this? How do we help people get to a number that feels like enough? And what I've found is when someone's making around $20,000 a month, they feel like they have enough for most of us on this planet. You make 20 grand a month, I got enough. I have enough. When you get up to 30,000 a month, you can start taking care of other people besides yourself. You can start, and you can do this way before 30,000 a month, but at 30,000 a month, it becomes pretty easy to do it. You can start caring for your community. You can start caring for the soup kitchen. You can start caring for people around you. When you get up to 40,000 a month, something special happens. You're just edging upon this breakthrough where at 50,000 a month on this next level, you become part of the 1% of the world who makes that amount of money. So at that point, it's no longer about you. And the evolution, if you see where this is going, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, it just becomes about how do I align with causes bigger than myself to financially support deeply? How do I collaborate with other people and multiply our giving to be able to help even more? And how do I lock in continuous contribution to support this cause way beyond just a one-time piece? I thought this was fascinating. I've seen this talked about with just the personal evolution. When I put numbers on it, it got really interesting for me, especially in a time like this. We've been working really hard to evolve our business up these steps, you could call them. And the higher we've gotten, the more responsibility for the community around me we've been able to take on. We just donated 25 baskets for local families in need during the holiday season through the Basket Brigade, which is fun. We do that every year. The gentleman who picked up the baskets runs a church. The church has a food donation center. Later that day, he posted on, hey, everyone, we need to do a fundraiser to help raise some money to fill the shelves of the food pantry so we can help people locally. I went, ooh, can I own that for this year? And what that means is, can I take responsibility that whatever space isn't filled by everyone else, just call me and I'll fill the rest up myself. And I'd be happy to do that for the next 12 months. And what's interesting, I remember years ago, when in my heart, I would have wanted to do that. In my bank account, there wasn't enough firepower to be able to get anywhere close to that. And when I looked back, the question was, what did I have to start building now so that 10 years from now, going back to our image we were looking at, so that 10 years from now, if our world ever got in a financial bind like it is right now, where people are out of work and out of food and struggling to pay rent, I don't have to hesitate to be able to help. What would I have to start building now, right here? What do I have to start building right now so that over the next decade of my life, I don't have to question if I can help or not when people need it? I love that question, which brought me back to this thought. How do we set up a game so that every 90 days you can level up one of these levels in your monthly reoccurring income and get you to a place where it might take a few years, let's say 3-4 years, but if 3 or 4 years we could get you up here, would you be willing to contribute far more financially than you are right now? Could we get you into a place where you're focused on being of service, serving future generations, putting a vision together, taking social responsibility, long-term perspective on how to help? Could we elevate you by playing a financial game together to build your business in such a way that we can get you up to that 7th level so you can live in deep purpose and give more than you've ever given before? That's something I've been working on a while. If you're interested in playing this game, let me know. I'm looking for 7 more team members to be exact. I have 3 people who've already signed up to start this game in January. I'm looking for 7 more people. And that's the goal. What I just showed you is really truly the mission and goal to this. Can we help people elevate? And the more we help them elevate, the more impact they can own and the more positive difference they can make in their community when their community needs them most. I'm talking with that local church leader here to say, can I own your pantry shelves for this year? Meaning if you need something on the shelf, go to the store and get it. Tell them to put it on my tab and it's covered. Don't even think about it. I got you. Can I own that for this year for that pantry? Now, I don't know what you want to own in your city or what you want to own in your community, but if you are willing to take ownership of something like that, a cause bigger than just yourself, I'd love to participate in a game with you and see if we can elevate you up those ranks. Ideally, if we play this game together, you need to be at least at the level 1, which is around $20,000 a month. If you are, send me a direct message. I'd love to chat with you and see if we can help you elevate, as long as you're willing to take ownership of a cause in your community that's bigger and more important than just yourself. So I hope that's helpful. I hope it makes you think. Circling all the way back, if you're struggling, I'll erase all these numbers off here real quick, but if you're struggling, the big thing that you might want to think about is, if we wrap all these numbers off, how do we evolve? How do we make sure all 3 of these buckets are filled? I am enough, I have enough, I'm loved enough. If we can fill those buckets for you, you don't need to focus on yourself anymore. You can have your moment of transformation and evolution, and you can start focusing on how to align with a cause bigger than yourself, how to collaborate and make a lasting impact, and how to leave deep contribution in all that you're doing. So there's your challenge. If you know someone who's struggling, help them figure out how to fill their 3 buckets. I am enough, I'm loved enough, I have enough. You help them fill those buckets, my goodness, you're going to get a whole different level of human out of them. They're going to be much more kind, giving, generous, and really, truly amazing. So I hope this is helpful to think about. I hope this is useful. Makes me want to cry. Good. It's heartwarming. It's people willing to take responsibility for the community. And the truth is, I don't have enough firepower to take care of the whole world right now. I definitely have enough firepower to take care of my community here. But I need to spark and inspire a few more people around the world, AKA a lot more, to take responsibility for their community. I can show you how to multiply and raise your finances and business up those levels, but I need people who are willing to reinvest into the community and not just go buy another freaking yacht. So, or jet or car. That stuff's cool. Have a couple. But after that, reinvest heavily into your community. Take care of your community, especially when they need you most. There's a really great book called Your Second Mountain. Most people spend the first part of our lives trying to consume, trying to get as much as we can and experience all that we think is out there. The second part of our life, after getting knocked off the first mountain into what they call the valley of despair, is we climb a second mountain. A second mountain is about being consumed, becoming a community member that people count on, becoming a person in society that society depends on. And if you're not there, certain things don't function as well. So if you can evolve and make that transformation, you'll be unbelievably surprised how beautiful that second mountain becomes in your life. It's a mountain of deep purpose. It's a mountain of deep community and connection. It's really, really powerful. Anyways, I have a call I have to jump to. I hope this makes you think. I'm going to start jumping on. I found a new software I can use to do some of these. Good to see a lot of your names pop up here. Tag someone who needs to hear this message, and hopefully I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day.